Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about American politics in the Joe out, Kamala in era. Really fascinating, just what's happening with the Joe out, Kamala in era. It's really fascinating. But today we're going to talk about an unusual topic, which is what do women actually want? And you're like, well, wait a second, is that political? Oh yeah, are you kidding? Like, do women want to be listened to, or do they want to be defied, right? And this has been a huge political discussion because it goes right to feminism, right? And I think I want to explore it right now in this actually. And the reason why is, I've been thinking more and more about what happened between 2024 and between 2020 and 2024. And the reality is we keep, everybody's like, oh, if we elect Kamala, we'll have our first female president. I don't think that's correct. I think we already had our first female president, right? She was president in the last 4 years with an alien, a demon, or an AI, and they together decided what happened in America. And they also decided that Ukraine would get invaded by Russia, and that Iran would be attacked, and that Israel would be attacked every single day. And their cowardice made that happen, right? Like the two of them, right? Because at this point, is anybody pretending that Joseph Biden is president right now? Like SNL was brutally, like, they were like, people were surprised to find Biden in the White House. They're like, "Oh, you're still here? Like, we already have people to sign your documents. Like, what's the point of you? Can you just shuffle off right now?" Right? And and so it's clear, in my humble opinion, that Kamala's already been president for 4 years, right? Because as sure as that is clear that Biden was never president, right? So I want to talk to you today about, do women want to be listened to, or they want to be defied, right? And so this question should be completely over, right? But I want to talk about it in context to a major political speech source, which is Netflix. Okay, so Netflix did a fantastic romantic comedy. Actually, it's not a comedy. It's a romance series, right? Called Nobody Wants This. And it's a shiksa, that's literally the term they use for her in the show, dating a rabbi, right? And they're like, this guy's a rabbi, and his congregation of Jewish people desperately do not want him to marry. Literally, these are the words from the show: a hot, blonde, non-Jewish woman. And that does describe Kristen Bell, who plays Joanne. I'm not sure who plays. Actually, it's Adam Brody, right? Like plays Noah, the rabbi. But what was really fascinating is, like, so I listened to Lindsay Ellis, right? Like, and she's like, "Hey, women want to be listened to. You can't just roll up and be like, I'm sweeping you off your feet. I'm going to sacrifice everything for you, and we'll be together." That's old bunk, right? Women don't want that. Right? So Lindsay Ellis was all over the internet 10 years ago saying Hollywood romance is pure junk, and nobody, and basically listen to every woman. Don't ever defy their desires, right? Like, if they tell you they're not into you, don't stop pursuing them, right? Because that's not going to happen, right? At the end of Nobody Wants This, okay, modern romance, modern Hollywood romance that tore through the top 10. Right? And was on the top 10 list the week it came out. People watched it, and there was no significant objection to it. People were like, "Oh, I'm here for this." By the way, spoilers for Nobody Wants This. Here's the big spoiler. It's coming right now. Okay, you ready? Okay. Pop over out. All right, you good. Okay. So at the end, the shiksa, right? Kristen Bell is like, "Hey, you can't be rabbi and marry me. You can't have both. And we both want to be married. We both want to pursue this relationship and, go all the way, right? Like to the point of being married, right? We want this, but nobody else does. None of my people believe that we should be together because I'm an atheist or an agnostic. I thought about converting, but I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't want to convert for Judaism. I don't care about Judaism. I care about you. I was willing to do that for you, but then you were like, hey, But then you said, hey, this is for you, right? And it wasn't. I didn't care about Judaism. And come on. Let's be open. Nobody converts to Judaism, because they want to, like, who's connected to somebody, and they're like, oh yeah, I'd love to be to convert to Judaism. No, you just want to be with that person, right? Like it's not real, right? And that's another profound thing this show said, right? But at the end, in a 2024 Hollywood romance, she says flat out, she's like, you are positioned to be the head rabbi. Your family is going to benefit if I go away. You are going to be go away. I want to make this crystal clear. I and you are done. You can't have both of us, right? And you and families and families and families and families and families have constructed a world where you are going to help this congregation for decades to come, and that's not worth a chance at you and me getting married. So this is finished. Hear me, listen to me. This is finished. And then she gets on the shuttle bus to leave, right? But then the second she gets on the shuttle bus, she's like, where is he? He's going to defy me now. He's not going to listen to a thing I said. He's going to sacrifice everything. He's going to farbargle the entire every family in the congregation will have less. But I, a non-Jewish person, will have more. So why doesn't he burn his world to the ground for me? And she looks out the shuttle bus, like expecting him to defy every word she said when she looked him right in the eye and said it. And it's clear that's what she wants. He does not run to the shuttle bus before it heads away, and it goes away a mile away, and then he is there at her car breathing heavy because he ran the whole way, and he said, I will burn my world to the ground for you. Forget the entire Jewish congregation, the decades they have invested in me, right? Making me their next leader mean nothing. I will sacrifice my relationship with 500 Jewish people just for a chance to marry you, right? And guess what? Big, huge smile. Thank goodness you didn't listen to a single word you said, and you defied me, and you're willing to sacrifice your world and burn everything for the chance at a lifetime with me. Thank goodness, right? Now, what is Hollywood saying, right? We knew that, every Disney princess movie had this wrong, according to Lindsay Ellis. But here we are in 2024, live action Disney princess movie, right? In my humble opinion, is what nobody wants this, right? I definitely think, Kristen Bell, I think she literally is a Disney princess. She's literally a Disney princess. I think she voiced one of the Frozen, so she's literally and figuratively a Disney princess, right? And she's saying, oh, no. Women do not want, women do not want to be listened to. They want to be defied, as long as you're willing to burn your entire world to the ground to be with them. And that's Hollywood's message in 2024. In 2024, saying Lindsay Ellis didn't know nothing. That's fascinating, right? And kind of dangerous, because men are still out here trying to figure out what the world wants. And Hollywood is saying, we want you to ignore everything we've said for 15 years. You got to sacrifice everything. You have to not listen to women and defy them if you're going to win their hearts. That's an incredible statement. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm saying that's what Hollywood's saying, and we need to pay attention. And that's not 15, 20-year-old Disney princess movies. That's 2024 with top talent, tier 1 $1 million A-list Hollywood actresses, and all the talent Netflix can pull together. That's astounding. And that is a political reality, right? And so at minimum, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. What I'm saying is men are farbargled because it's so confusing, right? Didn't we all listen to Lindsay Ellis? Didn't she prove that women only want to be listened to and never have their desires defied? And then Kristen Bell comes along and says, opposite. If you want a winner, right? If you want a pure banger, right? Gold star woman, you better not listen to a word she says and defy everything she said. That is incredibly dangerous, confusing speech to men today, in my opinion, because that's not 15, 20-year-old Disney stuff. That's now stuff. That is incredibly confusing. And my entire point of this video is that men, how can we possibly figure out what's right, and how to win, right? Now, thank goodness I don't have to worry about that problem, but young men today do. And I think at minimum, we owe them sympathy in this Joe out, Kamala era in, in my humble opinion. Every single word you heard was my humble opinion and my attempt to learn the truth. Do you think you know the truth of this? I'd love to hear it. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.